but you can't hide.
You are funding genocide.
We are funding genocide.
So from the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
And from the sea to the river.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Palestine will live forever.
Today is actually a very unique day for me because alongside celebrating my birthday today, I unfortunately also have to remember that today marks the 7th month of the genocide currently going in Palestine to my brothers and sisters. As a Palestinian American, this is something that has been really difficult for me because I've been fighting for this for so long. And while I feel like we're making great strides in terms of awareness, I'm constantly reminded that we're taking a step backwards when it comes to our representatives and the powers that can put an end to this. The invasion of Rafah is absolutely unacceptable, and I wish that there was something that we could do other than come out every day. But it is because we come out every day that we're putting pressure on all of these elected representatives, and we will be turning the page soon, hopefully. So thank you to everyone who came out on such a short notice. And don't forget that tomorrow we're going to be having another one in Hartford at 5:30 p.m. Hopefully we can have a pretty big turnout there, and we can pressure our representatives to finally put an end to 7 months of terror in Palestine.
So the invasion that's currently happening in Rafah, this is something that we have predicted since October. This is what we've known will be the goal, to ethnically cleanse the entirety of Gaza, all the Palestinians in Gaza. Since October, Israel has claimed that they are defending themselves, that they are doing this for their hostages, they're doing this because Hamas, they're doing this because all of these excuses that they've used. And I think that this invasion that's currently happening in Rafah is proof that all of these were just excuses, they were just lies and false reasons for them to excuse the genocide, when really their goal is not defense. It was never to defend themselves. Their goal is to ethnically cleanse Palestine. And what's happening right now in Rafah is proof of that, which was why it needs to stop, because it's not, there is no justification for it, and enough is enough.
I'm here today because I don't have any relatives in Palestine or Gaza. I'm here because I'm a human being. Every day you watch, every innocent life losing because of the bombing and atrocity happening in Israel. I feel that I'm also responsible for funding that organization for killing our own people. It is US is funding the region, the regime, and not only me, everyone who is in US and you're a taxpayer, you are responsible for each and every life lost in Gaza and Palestine. This is about time for us to stand up and say no to this atrocity, no to US government for funding this regime, for making this, having this massacre in Gaza as well as Palestine. Enough is enough. We all have to stand up and support our fellow human beings and brothers and sisters in Gaza. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm a resident of Danbury, and I'm out here because what's going on right now in Gaza is just, beyond words. The atrocities that are going on. It's just, where is our humanity? And as an American, I'm just disgusted at what our government is doing, in complicity with the Zionist regime in Israel. And this is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, in so many levels, we've just lost count in the number of dead, the number of displaced, and, this is not what America should represent. We should be better than this. We're better than this, And, I'm a person of faith, I'm a Muslim, And I have a message to all the people of faith, and even if you don't have faith, you know, you don't have to be a Muslim, you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to be a Jew, you don't have to believe in anything to believe in humanity, you know? So where is our humanity? And for people of the Abrahamic faith, I know we have a common ancestor in Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. You know, we believe in Moses. We believe in the 10 Commandments. Where in the 10 Commandments does it say, you know, thou shalt kill, thou shalt steal, thou shalt covet your neighbor's property, their land? It's absolutely disgusting, you know. And we are better than this. We as Americans shouldn't be standing for a genocide, you know. So it's time to end this atrocity, you know, call for ceasefire and end the occupation and live in peace. Let the people live in peace, you know. Let's all be humans, you know. So that's my message.
So I'm angry, as all of us are. Here we are in front of Danbury City Hall. We were here the last time, actually, to congratulate, I think it was a dozen members of the council who wrote a letter saying there ought to be a ceasefire. We thought that was a step in the right direction, but it stalled. It went nowhere. And the mayor didn't pick it up. This was not put on the agenda. Can you imagine? This has been going on since October 7th, and it's never made it to the agenda of the City Council of Danbury. And we're mad and angry and furious at all the leaders. You know, they gabble, 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 and there was a letter. There was one senator or congressman, Mark Pocan, who had a letter that we say we're against giving any offensive weapons to Israel. And boy, that seemed like something, you know, a step. And it eventually got about 56 signers, maybe it even has 90 signers. And then these same people, including Rosa DeLauro, including Johanna Hayes, voted to give more money for Israeli weapons and to get rid of UNRWA, or to get rid of U.S. contributions by law to UNRWA, even though there was no evidence that UNRWA had done anything wrong. Even though a UN independent report found that the Israeli charge that UNRWA was riddled with terrorists and all that malarkey, they said that there's no evidence. Israel didn't bother sending us any evidence. They just said charges. And the dead from the neck up politicians, oh, Israel said this, must mean something. Just really disgraceful. Right. But let's not just talk about sad things. If I may borrow this poster for a second. You can borrow everything. Well, just this one for now. Students, we love your encampments and strikes. So I was, my wife and I, the TSVN crew, was down at Yale a number of times, and they had an encampment there. A whole bunch got arrested. They came back. They cleared another one. I read something, they started something up again today. We were in SUNY, State University of New York, at Purchase, which is opposite Greenwich. And there they had just a small group of people. They were pitching a tent. They were putting up a canopy. And immediately they had a convoy of police who got all kinds of hysterical and immediately said, you can't do this. And they checked everybody's ID, and us who were not members of the faculty or not students, they said, no, you're outsiders, you can't be here. Outsiders. When they want to do a war, we're all Americans. But when we criticize anything, their follies, their stupidity, their war, then we're outside agitators. But they did some great things at Sunni, and they kept up, and they were there overnight. They did all kinds of things. I don't know the details, but they had a victory. I'm going to read it if I may. Give this back. We got this post, I think it was last night. Total victory at purchase. And don't thank me. That came from a professor. All I did was herd some cats and get chased by cops and slept out all night and had 2 PTSD episodes. But who's counting? These kids are amazing. We should all retire and hand the world over to Gen Z right now. Details are: school will not discipline anyone. President will tell DA to drop all charges. New committee created to investigate / disclose the money and pursue ethical divestment from warmongering companies. BDS by another name, since BDS is illegal in New York. School email condemning the genocide to be issued on Nakba Day. More attention to education and decolonizing the curriculum. Independent investigation from the Chancellor's Office of the police brutality and why they were called in the first place. Getting our private property back from the cops. Basically everything they asked for. So it will be a long road, but it all starts now. Hopefully other Sunnis will follow, regardless of the governor and the chancellor. I did promise I could produce a parade of rabbis and eminent Jewish scholars so we could have some big old teachings, so stand by. Hopefully Jamal can drop by for a photo op too. That's the congressman there, Jamal Bowman. We are the first Sunni to divest. Good night, everybody.
You will see
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
And Blumenthal, you can't hide.
Blumenthal, you can't hide.
You signed off on genocide.
Signed off on genocide. Gaza, you will see
Palestine will be free.
Palestine